It was good.
There we go. We're gonna we had a little glitch there. Maybe I better not touch this anymore. Maybe I probably did something this time.
You never
so
know.
This is like part 2, but we're still going. It'll be up there. Now, where were we? We were talking about talent will prevail. I really believe that. And it's such a thing when you have... I find a lot of actors, and I don't know how you feel about that, you know, when they do all this outrageous stuff, it's like hiding that they don't have really the talent. And it's a way of getting noticed.
Exactly. It's fame and popularity at the moment versus a talent which is enduring.
Yeah. Look, what do you want? Who are some of your heroes? I guess I want to find out. And where do you study?
Yeah. Well.
Look that way.
You know what? I wish you'd take those pillows and throw them and sit really back, because you know we don't want to see the back of your head.
Okay.
We want to see your pretty face.
Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah.
And just
There you go. Now
Okay.
Now we got it.
Now you guys,
Okay,
you talk to me. Tell me your story. You know,
Okay.
look this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where did you study?
I studied at American Conservatory Theater, and that was a really good situation. Then I studied with Aaron Spicer here in LA and Howard Fine and a whole bunch of other teachers. So I just studied. And I really didn't want to fully go for it until I felt like I had all of that under my belt and could do whatever was asked of me, and I could feel totally comfortable in that. And I think it really took me a long time to really get confident and feel a sense of confidence. Like when you met me, 7 years ago, I mean, I don't think I had a legitimate sense of confidence. You know, I mean, it was more of a girl's sense of confidence, which is like, oh, I'm pretty, or, like that kind of confidence, which is different than the kind of confidence that a woman has. Or, the kind of confidence that you get when, you've struggled in Los Angeles, trying to make ends meet while trying to act, getting multiple jobs, at a time, doing whatever you can to survive. And when you take that struggle over a period of time, it's really a different person than like the young, girlish person I was when I first came to LA before I really got enmeshed in that kind of struggle.
The naive girl, like sometimes in the actor that comes out here, looking for that instant stardom, and then finds out you got to pay the rent and you got to work, you got to make the rounds.
See, when I was in New York, it was like really weird because I got there from Sioux City, Iowa, and I just figured I just took my high school drama classes, and I figured I was just the best in the world, and just wandered around, and I tried to work because I didn't have any money. I didn't have any money to study. The classes would be, I think the one class I finally went to was like $30 a month, and I didn't have that $30 because I was walking dogs and I had all these jobs, just to survive. So I really didn't, but I think it's great that you were able to come out here and do the studying and kind of prepare yourself. But sometimes you should just go for it, and of course that's what you're doing now, right?
That's exactly what I'm doing now.
So do you have an agent?
I don't have an agent, which is crazy.
Oh,
and when John and I first talked, I didn't have an agent, and I was looking for an agent. And it's just been really crazy. I keep submitting and submitting and submitting. And, I'm not sure what it is.
I don't either, because I have an agent that's sort of come out of retirement to kind of take care of me, because he just didn't like me looking so desperate, I guess.
Yeah.
And like last week, I said, listen, I heard about this part, and there was a phone. There was no electronic thing on it at Actors Access, so I just called them myself. Now I got an answering service,
Right.
and no one ever called me back. And I shouldn't have told him. I should have just said, oh gosh, somebody told me to submit myself for this. Could you, are you on? Do you know about this project? I should have said that. I shouldn't have said I called him.
Right.
Because he said, no, I'm not going to call him. It makes you look too desperate.
Right.
I am desperate. I mean, we all are. All actors want to work.
Yeah, I know what you're
we
saying.
really want to work.
I mean, I would say that I try to fall away from desperation.
Yeah.
Because I just really feel like things are going to happen in their own time. And that when it's right for me to have an agent, perfect. Because there have been agents who've come around me, who've been friends of friends, or things like that. And honestly, I don't really think that it was somebody I wanted to represent me.
What about a manager? Do you have a manager?
I don't have a manager.
That's
I'd
what
probably
you
be more interested in having a manager.
I think that's the way to go today because
Right.
I don't know, if some agent were following me around and was interested in me, I would sign.
Oh,
somebody
if there was
liked
someone
me
good,
enough because it's
yeah.
like a marriage. Because some guys
Exactly.
just don't like blondes.
Exactly.
They like
It's true.
I'm a wonderful agent and I'll sign you up, but I really kind of go for a dark-haired girl.
Yeah.
Because it's like so. For an agent to get behind somebody and really push them, they
so what you're saying is very
fall
sexual
down.
and
Yeah.
Well, it's more it's
more
like
attraction.
It's like like someone in awe. You look at a movie. You can look at a very popular star and you really don't like him that much, but everybody else does.
Right, yeah.
So
Okay.
it's like some paintings some people like and some people don't. And I think we as actors, some people will look at us and just won't like us as. I don't like that girl's personality.
Right.
She reminds me of Aunt Tilly or something.
Right, yeah,
I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do that. But I think of an agent. I don't care. John Tremaine, who's an actor at the studio, he was saying that this big famous agent was after him in New York. And I said, "Oh my God!" And he said, "Yeah, but he was nobody then." I said, "Well, yeah, but how do you think he got to be somebody? You were a fool to look the other way,
Right.
But we all make those mistakes. Don't make that mistake.
I definitely made those
Some
mistakes.
guy has come after you, and
Well-
if he even wants to date and everything else, just say,
Yeah.
"Listen, it's career right now. I'm a virgin.
No,
I'm a nice girl
I have
from
to-
Texas."
I have to tell you this story. See, I've had weird things happen. Like, I honestly, I had somebody I went in to interview
Yeah.
and for an agent, and this particular man said he wanted to manage me personally, and he told me he wanted me to go out to parties and pretend like I was interested in having sex with people, but not really do it, and just, play that sort of
Play that
game
role,
with people.
yeah.
And I was so turned off.
Yeah.
You
Was he
know?
going to pay you for the night? Was he going to give you a couple $100 to go out there and just do that as an actress?
No, he said, I want to
No, he
manage you,
just-
and this is what you're going to do.
Ugh.
And I just,
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean? When I first came to LA, I
No.
had situations like that.
No,
And then
I
it's
know.
like,
It's one situation like that after another.
Yeah,
is what
exactly,
It is. It's
exactly,
not just one.
exactly.
It's like everybody.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
So
saying, is I
much.
kept having, really people interested in me. I could say they were really interested, but they were skeezy. And I just said, I don't want anything to do with skeeziness. I'm not skeezy.
That's a
and
new word, isn't it?
well,
We used to
I
say
can, and you're very
sleazy,
attractive.
sleazy.
You have a great body.
Yeah.
Thank
So I'm sure you get hit on a lot
All the
by people
time.
looking to represent
Just
you.
bizarre,
So-called.
but it hasn't been good. It hasn't
No,
been a
it's usually
situation
not.
that I thought I could grow with, or something that I felt
That
comfortable
you
with.
could like,
or-
if, you could turn that into a friend, that person into a
Exactly.
friend,
Yeah,
or
that's what I want.
like keep it an open kind of thing and work together. Yeah,
yeah.
you'll know. You'll have
Exactly.
a gut feeling.
Yeah, I had a gut feeling. There was no trust there, and so I said, "Well, that's great that you want to represent me. Get out of my face."
Good for
So
you.
yeah, so now I'm just looking for that good person
Yeah,
or good
that's
people.
good.
Or
to be
manager or
friends
something
with.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got to promote yourself though a lot
Do you
in the
sing?
sound.
True.
Do you sing?
I sing, but I don't sing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? I'm not professional with it,
Yeah.
but I've been a backup singer in a band. I sung on a little movie that I put together, a zombie lullaby.
What's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
What is this?
What's the name of the movie that you put together?
Scream, Zombie, Scream. So I put that together with my
Oh.
friend Sherman Hirsch, and we did that in 2012. And then last year, I put together a movie with some friends of mine, and that's called Mike Case and the Big Kiss Off. And we got
Are they like somewhere you can see them? Are they? Where are they?
let's see. Scream, Zombie, Scream. I don't know where you can see that one. Probably don't want to see
YouTube or
it.
something
Yeah,
like
you
that?
probably don't want to see it, honestly. Seriously, it was a little bit disastrous, I would have to say. We lost a lot of the footage and had to eke things together at the last minute, and I would say that probably isn't the best representation of a film, but it was a learning experience for us.
Oh, those first learning experiences.
Exactly,
are awful
and yeah,
when you're
but
trying to make a film.
Mike Case turned out pretty nice though. Same person, Sherman Hirsch wrote it with my friend Les Mahoney, and that one can actually be seen on Google Play. So that one's actually
Google Play. I didn't know
Google
about
Play,
that.
and what's the name? Yeah, tell us about Google Play. I don't know that either.
Yeah, well, we got a digital distribution deal with Google Play, and I'm not sure, it may be, we're trying to get Amazon online and all of that business. And so Google Play is just where you can go, let's say you have a Roku player, which is the way I watch TV.
Yeah.
And you can just go on there and you can, play a movie on your TV, or you can go to Google.
Oh yeah, that's great. If you get on the Roku thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fabulous, because that's where Netflix, Roku, you have to have a Roku thing to be able to get Netflix.
Exactly, on your TV.
So on your TV. So if she's on that sounds good.
Yeah, so that is good. I'm glad that we.
So you'll be able to put this on there?
Mike Case and the Big Kiss Off.
Can you put this show on there for you? Can you do that? Can you put your show on there?
No, because there's some kind of deal where they won't just put anything on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we're also on YouTube. I guess they have a new paid service where people rent videos. And
really?
So, and so you can watch our movie, and then people can either download it for about I think $5 or $6, or they could watch it for a few bucks on the Google Play.
On YouTube, you talking
On
about?
Google Play. I don't know.
Oh, Google Play.
Yeah, on
YouTube is still free.
It's a rental also. I don't know exactly that much about it, but yeah.
But who your partner knows about all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Les Mahoney is the person who did it with his wife, who's his partner, Tammy Ridnorn. They both work together to do a lot of the producing.
That's the way it seems to be that you have to do today.
You gotta know how to do all this technical stuff that actors are just, we use our right brain, we don't use our left brain. Or we use our left brain or not the right. We only use one of them and not the other one.
An actor has to be a computer genius today almost.
I
Everything is the technology. Now, okay, that's another thing.
The agents do too. That's why all the old agents, they don't know how to do that.
In her time of coming in, you've seen the industry change so much in the short amount of time.
Have you seen it change?
Yeah, I really have, because I've done so many digital projects, that have just been like webisodes, or they've been infomercials for the web, things like that.
Well, they're even changing it for the studios, I've heard.
Everything is changing.
Everything's digital now.
Well, just about, yeah.
Well, it's like,
but I'm saying
that cuts out a lot of.
When you came up, Sharon, things were a lot different. You only had a few studios.
We did film.
You only had you had about 4 or 5 main studios, a couple television stations. Now today, I was down at the SAG Residuals and they were showing the difference. I mean, today you got hundreds of studios, independents and big studios.
Much.
And it's just so hard now. I mean, it's hard, but it's also easy to get your stuff out now.
Well, you know what's interesting? I just did an audition online last week, and I'd never done that before. I always just, I'd see him, and I'd just be like, oh, I don't want to audition for that. I don't want to video myself, and I did it.
You did it.
And it was actually a whole monologue, so there wasn't even a reader, so I could just do it myself, the whole thing. And I just submitted that, and I was like, wow, we're really coming up.
You did it. How long was the monologue?
It was a few minutes.
Oh, great. You want to do it?
No.
No? Okay. I'm going to say, because actually, I was doing that. I was going to do that for some actors who wanted to do monologues.
Yeah.
And so they could have it and show it on their tape or whatever.
I just find it, I'm not even going to put it on my stuff. I just find a monologue so boring. Honestly, like to watch if it's just a monologue without the rest of it.
Well, sometimes, you know what it's good for doing a monologue? I used to see a phone. Like you're talking to somebody on the telephone.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I used to, when I was teaching, when you do a monologue, you're talking into a phone.
Right.
And then you could, there's somebody there, and it gives the actor something to focus on.
Well, I was supposedly looking at my husband, who was in another room across from me through a vent, because he had gotten, I guess, kidnapped and his guts were ripped out and the whole shebang. And I had set that up because it was a crime of passion. And then they ended up knocking me too, because, you know, so it wouldn't look like I was somebody who did that to him.
Right.
And they couldn't trace them from you, so they just killed you.
Or they
So
were,
they
or
couldn't
they
get
were
caught or
trying to
something.
do something to me as well. And so here I was locked up in a room, and so was he, and I see him through this vent, and I'm talking about our horrible relationship and how he cheated on me.
See, there would have worked with a phone that you're talking to
yeah.
somebody.
You're so right.
That would have worked a lot better
Yeah,
with a
because
phone.
it was
you
so
know, it's like,
awkward. Like I did it on my iPhone, and it was so awkward. Like looking through that phone, looking through the vent, and then I looked at it when I saw the footage, and I was like, you know, what am I looking at? You know.
What is this?
But you know, it was the side, so I just did it. And
Sharon gave good advice about a week ago as an actor on auditions about perfume. When you remember, when
you just never wear perfume because people don't like it. Not everybody's going to like what you like. You know what I mean?
ooh, that's a good idea.
Never wear any kind of anything strong smelling. Anything like that.
I thought it was a great tip.
Oh, you just never do because the director might have just broken up with his wife and that's what she wore, and I'm not going to work with this girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Or smells are very important. So always just take a nice clean shower and shampoo, and don't put on any perfume.
Make it really neutral.
Yeah. Or actors have lost jobs because there was one actor that smoked cigarettes, but he never smoked when he went into an audition. But all his clothes smelled like smoke. If you're smoking a cigarette, you smell like smoke. Your fingers, everything, your hair, it gets in everything. So if somebody it was during the time where everybody was trying to stop smoking.
Right.
You just don't want anybody on the set that's smoking. You don't want to be. If you're a smoker, you don't want to be around anybody who smokes because you're going to start smoking again.
Exactly. Yeah, that's part of the digital revolution too, because there's the
because now you can smoke or do anything you want. They just look at your work because it's electronic.
Yeah.
Sometimes the directors are in Texas.
Well, I'm talking about electronic cigarettes.
Oh yeah,
that too. And see, we're just totally going digital. The fact that you can just take this electronic toke off your cigarette and. You're not even going to smell anymore.
And they have peppermint, all different flavors, and it's smoke. Kalista Carradine was on here, and she was doing that.
But the addictive thing of tobacco's not in there, right?
No.
Oh, yeah.
It is?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely. I did an infomercial for this thing called Power E-Cigs, and that's how I learned about it.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. So you buy this cigarette.
Yeah.
Or is it a pack?
You buy, I guess what it was, I don't know, this particular company, Power E-Cigs, it was this long, what would you call it, stylus or whatnot, and then it had a little cartridge, and you screwed that cartridge in, and the cartridge had a flavor plus the nicotine, and it was just all liquid.
It has the nicotine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was smoking that thing for this infomercial, and I don't smoke, and so I was just like, it was so awful.
You have to get over your nausea to do the work, to
it was really hard.
It's so wonderful, and meanwhile your stomach's going.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it had the nicotine because they say it's safe smoking.
Yeah. Well, mainly what causes the problem with smoking is the
tar.
And the smoke itself.
Really?
Yeah, it's not the nicotine. You could chew nicotine gum probably all day and not get cancer, unless you were a rat doing it.
They always have these cases where they test things on poor rats, or mice or whatever, and it's like they bombard them with so much that anybody would die from that much of anything.
Exactly. So how can we say it's a carcinogen?
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do it.
Are these commercials still running, or were they a while back?
No, I did them this year.
How do you, not having an agent, how do you go about getting these spots?
Yeah.
How do you go about getting these spots?
Huh?
How do you go about getting these?
Well, those parts were all through a casting director friend of mine.
Oh.
That's good.
Yeah, and so she hooked me up with a slew of things, and so I'm really grateful to her for that.
Oh.
So, that's how I get stuff.
Keep her as a friend your whole life,
she's
because
a sweetheart.
she cares about you, and she knows your talent.
Yeah.
And,
I wish she was an agent, because she's just such a dear person. And
Robert Beltran had a cat. Robert Beltran, he did Edie Raoul, and he was in Night of the Comet with me, and also Lone Wolf McQuade with Chuck Norris. and he had a casting director who was his manager too. It was like all on the sly.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And I thought that was really smart. Get somebody
Smart,
who really
but
is
it's
out
illegal.
there. Well, it might be illegal, but we all want to. They've got some. It's like you go to a doctor, and the doctor say if you got something wrong with the finger, it's a finger doctor. If it's this joint, you got to go to another doctor. If it's your wrist, you got to go to another doctor. It's like all these people get between the work and and a casting director would know. An agent, what does an agent know what's going on? They can't even walk into studios anymore. They used to be able to walk into studios and steal scripts off their friends' desks and stuff like that, and they had a rapport with certain producers.
Well, those days are gone.
They're gone.
They're gone. My casting director was Joanna Ray, who was the one that always had me in. She was
She's
really
still alive?
wonderful. Yeah, of course. I mean,
You
she
should
still
have
had.
her on the show.
I would love to have Joanna
That
on
would
the
be
show.
fabulous,
I should get in touch with
because
her.
I'd like to hear about the other side.
Well, I invited some casting directors, and then you other casting directors come on. But I really want to know about, are you training now, or what are you doing now? What are you doing today?
This afternoon.
No, that's, I mean, what are you doing with...
Exactly. I'm auditioning. That's essentially what I'm doing now. I'm not doing classes. Well, occasionally there are free classes.
Right.
I'm a part of all these casting director workshop networks, and so occasionally they'll throw out, a free casting director class, or
I've gone to those too.
Or an actor
Actors Access.
Now,
Those every once in a while.
That's a big...
But it's hard. It's
I'm a union delegate now, and there's a lot of that is being talked about as...
I agree. I totally
It's a
agree.
rip-off.
No, I totally agree. I haven't paid for any of these things.
I was paying. I was going to 2 a week, and it would be like $30 to $40 for each time.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's $70. That's 70. I can't add or subtract, but it gets to be a lot of money, a month.
Yeah,
let's say if you go to 4 shows, let's say it's $30. So 3 times 30 is $120 a week.
3 times is 90.
That's like 400. That gets to be $500 a month.
Yeah.
Who's got the money to do that?
I know, that's the thing, and that's what I don't like about it. And a lot of actors who will say there aren't any of these smaller parts. There's no way to get in. Because what happens is these casting director workshops, these people who are paying for these parts are getting all of these smaller parts that, are the things that welcome actors in. And these are the parts that I like to have as well. Yeah. And it makes it really hard. So then what I did was I joined the SAG has the program. What is that called? It's a program, the SAG Foundation.
The SAG Foundation.
It has a program with casting directors, and you can only do so many over a given period of time because there's so many actors. But what I love about that is that it's casting directors who come in, they're doing it for free.
For free, yeah.
As part of SAG.
Up at SAG after now.
Yeah. Exactly. SAG after.
When you're a member of the
but she's
union,
bringing up a good point. You got to talk about that. And we have to report these other, get in touch with SAG after and let them know what's going on. Well, you don't. I don't want you to get in trouble.
Right.
You can get in touch with me, and I'll talk about who they are. Because
there's so many people though. I get these things all the time, and there's just so many major casting offices who are holding these workshops. That
have you gotten this one where they call you in for a specific role? I was supposed to go in for a mom who used to be a heroin addict, and she was kind of like out to lunch and didn't know where she was and stuff. Yeah. So I went in and I read, and they put me on film. Mm-hmm. They had me come in and read again. They put me on film. Then I got a call saying, we're going to go in another direction, but you are so wonderful. It would only cost you $40 to get this film on you so you can put it, and it was a scam. Yeah. They call people in to read, and there's no project. I found out there was absolutely no project. I had a good time doing it anyway, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, there's so much of that going on.
For a few days, I really thought it was like a good movie, and I was going to get paid. Yeah. And I was all so excited. It was almost, it's like, I won't regret my having gone through what I went through those days because I had such a good time. But then when you find out that it's all a big lie.
There's so much. We're in a business where people are I don't want to use the word gullible.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to use the word gullible, but they want to be in front of this camera.
So badly that they'll just believe anything.
Anything.
Like somebody who...
well, if if it's an actor's access or if it's an LA casting, you think it's legit.
Right. Yeah, I used to.
You know?
When I first
I'm like slow. Look at me. I mean, I should know. I mean, this is a young girl, and she knows more than I know. She knows that it's a scam, and I'm still like thinking, is it or isn't it or is it or isn't it? You know?
Well, you know what though? It's kind of sad because you get jaded to where you think that almost everything is probably going to be a scam.
Right.
Or what do they want from me? Why are they even coming at me?
Yeah.
And then, when it isn't, it's like, it's a legitimate opportunity.
Yeah.
Because there's so much of it.
Yeah. You got a great smile, too, when she smiled there.
Aw,
It was great. No, don't thank me. I didn't give it to you.
She's got dimples.
Yeah.
Little dimples on each side of her face.
And so, but I mean, you said you're not taking classes, so who are some of the people you looked up to as actors?
I really...
You have any favorite?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love Kate Winslet.
Oh, well, yeah.
She's so natural and she's
How do you
got
think
a
she
real
became
strength
natural,
to
though?
her.
A lot of studying.
A
Boy,
lot,
she can do an American
yeah.
accent well. And
Yeah,
everything.
she's incredible.
She's really good.
Yeah, I love her.
And she's like, oh my God. I saw her in a film, and she had to take off her clothes, and one breast is bigger than the other, and everything. And she just talk about Anna Mignani. She's another one. You know what I mean?
Right.
She just is there, and this is me, and this is what you get,
That's
and
what
I'm
I
an
love.
actor, and she's
That's
Kate gets.
She's
She
beautiful,
is
but
just
she's
incredible.
raw. Yeah.
She's raw. She can be very raw.
And I
And
love
she can
that's
do
what I
anything.
love. Yeah, and I love that
She's
she isn't ashamed of her body.
I do too.
And
I
yeah,
love
and that
I
she
love
doesn't
it.
have to be like stick skinny with like giant fake boobs to get naked and be sexy.
Yeah, I
You
like
know?
that about her too. It was a
She's
movie with Harvey
incredible.
Keitel, I think. It was like kind of a dark film. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that. That wasn't the lieutenant, the bad lieutenant, was it?
No.
No, it was another one. But Harvey's a good actor, yeah. But she is. Well, over there they study, which over here is lacking.
I think their training is definitely something else.
Over here they want to be movie stars, not actors.
Personalities.
Yeah,
Well, we
see.
do have personalities, and sometimes they're wonderful. That's enough.
Oh,
So how did you get your first big start?
Oh, I started dancing in ballet in Sioux City, Iowa, and my teacher was dragging me all over the place. And I was dancing with the American Ballet Theater Company in Denver in a production, and the poet laureate picked me up, and I started as a dancer, and then I was given lines and more money, and then I came back to Sioux City, Iowa, and then I went to New York City. And I plodded around there for a few years, waiting on tables and walking dogs, and gosh, I did all kinds of odd jobs and stuff. And I got a movie in Cuba to go to Cuba, and my first movie was Kiss Her Goodbye with Elaine Stritch and Steve Hill. And then from then on, it was pretty smooth sailing. I worked pretty much, for 50 plus years. I really
Right.
have. There were 3 years where I couldn't work because
well, that's another time.
but it's
That's
like
another story.
sometimes you go through something in life, you get ill or something, or it takes you out of the business for a while, and I kind of dropped the ball when I was really, really hot because my heart stopped and I had an embolism, so it took me like about 3 years to like walk, talk, and read and write again.
Oh wow!
And I had to keep that secret. And I had just finished a film with Steve McQueen, he was like the biggest, hottest movie star in Hollywood, in the world at that time. He made more money than just anybody.
Yeah, it was.
And now,
But I got to cut you off there because we're running out of time. Do you have a website, or how do people get in touch with you?
It's DevaiPearce.com.
Oh, good. We'll put that on the show.
All right.
And we know SharonFarrell.com is hers. And so we're going to come back and do part 3 in a second here.
We already did a half hour. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
It was gone.
Yeah.